So loud. Alright. What would we not looked at it? My journal's gone missing, so I've started a new one. I woke up in a place
ナイス
called
トライ。
the mortuary. I don't know who I am, or what I'm doing here, or even how I got here. The only person I encountered was a chattering skull called Mort. While he was checking my wounds, he discovered a set of directions tattooed on my back. I do feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash. You need to center yourself. Among your possession is a journal that shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farod can fill you in on the rest of the chant. He's not in the dead book already. Don't lose the journal, or we'll end up the Styx again. And wherever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage on the crematorium. Do what I tell you, read the journal, and find Farah. Can I leave this message for myself? Looks like I'll need to find this Farah and my journal. How does this guy know about an original journal? What, we already wrote it ourselves? Alright. Day 0, hour 9. Mort mentioned something about the rule of threes. Apparently some people believe everything tends to happen in 3. They attach great meaning to that number. I met a sickly scribe named Dal in the mortuary. Oh man, I could turn off one of these lights. There we go. I even spoke to him. Did I know him before I lost my memories? I was hoping to get some answers, but this place seems to breed more and more questions. Apparently Farad delivered my body here in a cart, along with a heap of other corpses. Was I actually dead when he did this? Dal told me that Farad can be found beyond the mortuary in some place called the Hive. He didn't seem to want me to go hunting for Farad, but then again, he's not the one who's lost his memories and woken up from the dead. So he can keep his opinions to himself. Dell suggested I ask some people in the Hive where I could find Farad. Alright. We are in the hive now, right? The doll told me that one of the women who journeyed with me is interred in the memorial hall on the first floor of the mortuary. The doll suggested that the wounds I have suffered are minor in comparison to the wounds in my mind. Even went so far as to suggest that the wounds I've suffered may be responsible for my loss of memory, and that mental damage may be much greater than amnesia. The thought makes me uneasy. I wouldn't mind hearing some good news every once in a while. I met a dust woman embalmer named Iveen in the mortuary. In addition to her talent hands and tallow-colored flesh, she was nearsighted and deaf. She mistook me for a zombie. She ordered me to go find her a jar of embalming fluid and some needle and thread, presumably for stitching up the corpse on the table in front of her. There must be some around the mortuary. Okay. Watching Aveen stitch up the corpse with her talons triggered a strange memory. I recall performing a similar operation on a corpse long ago, except that I think I was placing something inside its chest rather than taking something out. It felt like I was putting whatever was in there so I could retrieve it later. Interesting. Felt like I was putting something, whatever was in there, that I could retrieve it later. In the memory, when I crossed my arms, the corpse itself crossed its arms as well. It had the number 42 written on its scalp. One of the zombies on the second floor of the mortuary wasn't a zombie at all, but a man in disguise. Why anyone would disguise themselves as a zombie is beyond me. Apparently, the man disguised as a zombie is a member of the anarchists, some faction that's how to get authority figures and tear down anything that smells even remotely like establishment. Interesting. Revax has told me there's a secret portal in the northwest of the first floor in the mortuary. If you take a crooked finger bone up to it, it will activate and take me to a secret crypt where Vaxis says I can rest. He doesn't know where I can find a crooked bone, however, he suggested I try the upper floor of the mortuary. Sounds like the Dustman and Farad aren't on the best of terms. Vaxis told me Farad's bringing a lot of bodies to the mortuary and the Dustmen suspect that he's killing people before their hour's up. Where are the Dustmen? Dustmen? Dustmen are the caretakers of the mortuary. A huge morgue filled with bodies. Enter a search term? Oh, that's crazy. Huh. Dustmen suspect that he's killing before their hour's up. Hour 13 have found a strange fanged circular symbol on the forehead of a zombie, number 79. For some reason, the mark struck me as important, but I don't know why. I met a dustman named Soigo at the mortuary front gate. He looks tired, as if he hasn't slept in weeks, judging from the eyes and pallor of his skin. It looks like he has caught some sort of illness. I don't know whether to be horrified or impressed. When I spoke to Dianara in the vaults of the mortuary. She told me that my deaths have given me some control over life and death. If I see a body, I can see the faint traces of life in it and coax it forth.
Not like this.
Zombies are mindless corpses animated by the necromancy. Unlike skeletons, zombies still have a great deal of flesh attached to their frame. This is both an advantage and a disadvantage. Wait a minute. Oops. How do I save? Ugh.
I'm gone.
I wasn't done reading all this stuff. Hold up. Zombies are minus corpses animated by necromancy. Unlike skeleton, zombies still have a great deal of flesh attached to their frame. There is both an advantage and disadvantage. It makes them tougher and stronger than skeletons. At the same time, rigor mortis hinders their movement, making them much slower than a normal human being. Although zombies move and attack very slowly, their great strength becomes apparent when they catch a target. Their blows are capable of killing a normal human being with a single punch. Freaking one punch zombies. The most miserable of all. Miserable folk of Sigil. They have sunk as far as they can. Death would be a solace to most of them. They do what they must to survive, no matter how base that existence might be. These skeletons have given have given a semblance of life through necromancy. Although these skeletons have no ligaments or musculature, their joints are bound with thin metal bolts, and their bones appear bound with leather straps and cords, wounds, and cords wound beneath their armor. Skeletons suffer less damage from any slashing or piercing weapons. Crushing weapons such as clubs and hammers inflict normal damage. Makes sense. Lady of Pain. Who the hell? The Lady of is a mystery. The lady is a mystery. She's widely regarded to be the de facto ruler of Sigil, its protector and its victim. She's said to guard the doors of the cage against the myriad schemes of the gods to be the ultimate expression of balance in the multiverse, to be the prisoner of the city of doors. There are thousands of stories about her. One even tells that she is actually 6 giant squirrels with a headdress robe. Why not? And ring of levitation and illusions. But none of them can be answered. She is a true enigma, a puzzle with no solution. If someone displeases her by upsetting the balance of the city or worshipping her, Milady may punish the offender. Her punishment ranges from the mazes, a twisting, turning hell with a heavily disguised exit, the casting of her shadow across the transgressor, covering him with the slashes and gouges from her sharp-edged shadow, leaving behind a pile of gore and viscera. Neither option is particularly attractive. Giant skeleton. These skeletons are made from the bones of giants and given a semblance of life through necromancy. Although these skeletons have no ligaments or musculature, their joints are bound with other straps kind of armor. These skeletons' sized bellies their great speed and their skill with great swords. The archaic armor and weapons these skeletons use do not look like they have suffered from age, and their blades are razor sharp. It is possible that their armor is cleaned daily by one of the mortuary workers. Skeletons suffer less damage, Thus, men are caretaker of the mortuary, a huge morgue filled with the bodies. The faction seems to be a pretty somber bunch, rarely showing expression or interest in anything. They seem intent only upon taking care of all the bodies that come to the mortuary, cataloging them, preparing them, then burying them somewhere. This elderly scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Dead charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, a non-human face, as the ears narrow to points. A large white beard flows down the front of his black robes like a waterfall. He coughs occasionally. The book he works in front of is huge and seems to contain many names. What's he do, though? The ghostly apparition, Dionara, claims she knows you, that you are her love. Whatever keeps her on the physical plane must be powerful indeed. For her to stave off death so long, dying does not seem to have improved her disposition. Doubtless are the servants of the Lady of Pain, enigmatic ruler of Sigil. They float above the ground and speak in rebuses, symbols strung together to spell out words. They tear down walls and construct streets under the unspoken command of the lady. There's something about them that strikes you as wrong. Does she act like an actual person? She doesn't. I guess telling stories about her wouldn't even tell. Someone to please. Collectors are the pathetic remnants of humanity. Cast adrift in the hive, they scrape together an imitation of life by collecting the dead who immaculate in the streets of the hive ward and dragging them to the mortuary in exchange for money from the dustmen. You know they've gathered your body from the streets on occasion. More does a talking skull, his sole weapon seems to be his mouth. Whether by talking or biting, he seems to be along for the ride, whether you want him around or not. You're somewhat curious as to how he's able to float around. Yeah, me too. You are nameless. You woke on a slab in the mortuary. and sigil. Covered in scars and tattoos, your memory is gone. Who's done this to you and why? You don't know yet. But you're going to find out. Okay, so find Farod. From one more red from the directions tattooed on my back, I need to find someone named Farod. Why is it tattooed on my back and not my stomach? I need to find someone named Farod. I'm not certain where to start looking. Hopefully asking some of the locals in this strange place will allow me to track him down. More red from the directions tattooed on my back. I was supposed to have a journal with me when I woke up and we're trying to find it. Hopefully it can help me figure out what's going on. Strange woman with talon hands. Oh. Embalming fluid for her. There must be some. Oh, I didn't do that? Oh, I don't want to go back in the freaking thing. Who are you? You see a Davos. It is dressed in long flowing robes and floating slightly above the ground. Oh wait, no, that's... You see a man in tattered clothing. You approach him. Suddenly stops and begins to look around, frightened. You there, hold a moment. The man looks startled. He then takes a step back. Huh? What are you been wanting, Cutter? His voice is shaky, and he seems taken aback by your scars. I have nothing on me. So's I don't, and my regs are not worth the trouble. Calm yourself. I'm not here to rob you. I had some questions. He keeps a safe distance and his eyes dart from side to side as if expecting something to step out of the shadows. Questions, you said? What might those questions be? Yeah, what the heck? Where the hell am I? What's going on? I don't know what I'm... Even I got no idea what I'm doing. What? Still eating. Cool. Alright, now we can just chill. Chill and read. Some nice, relaxing reading. He keeps a safe distance and his eyes dart from side to side, as if expecting something to step out of the shadows. Question. Okay. Where was the city? Well, what do you want to know about Sigil then? What is this place? The city is city of doors, the cage. Place where all doors lead in from. So no, man, this guy is. I need to find someone just not terrifying. Terrified? Farewell. He licks his lips as you turn to leave. Cardium, I think, yeah. He studies you for a moment. You could spare a few copper for our blood help, dear, on your way. Not many around here. Do that for a fella, enough for a man to wet his tongue after all that talking, eh? How much? Fair enough. Give him a copper piece. He glances around to see if anyone saw the exchange, then tucks the jink in the folds of his robe. Thank you kindly, Cutter. Middle ladies, shadow, pass you by. Now hold up. Ugh. Alright, Dweller. What about you? Dustman, stay out of most of the taverns in the hive, except for the gathering dust. Hardly anyone but the dead in there. Watch yourself around your burk. Violence is a way of life in the hive. Who's Quentin? The man before you looks to be middle of height in years. He is stout with a thick, bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the black monolith in front of him. Greetings. The man throws you a glance. There's room, Cutter. No need to ask my leave to stand here. Actually, I want to know what this monolith was. It's a tombstone of the plains. He scoffs. Graveyards of the names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's on one that will split this stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there, hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Tombstone of the plains. Aye, Quentin smiles ruefully. The dusties scratch the names of the dead on this monument here. He gestures around him. And the walls of this place. Not enough space, by my reckoning, but no matter. They do their best. I can barely read half the names. Why is your name on it? Or are you just saying in general? Oh, can only hope my name's the one that'll split this stone in twain. Went right there, hammered in just enough to send the damn thing crashing down. What are you doing here? Meeting the new arrivals. Try and find a new one every day. Try and remember if I knew him or nothing more. The dustmen record the names of all the people that have died on this monument. Aye, they scratch them on this rock. And scratch them on the walls in this place too. Quentin scoffs. I don't know why they take the trouble to count the dead. The dusties have more care of the living. The living? Ah, you know, about the dustmen mourners that come to this place. They aren't mourning the dead, see, they're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in them. Edgewise without him. really get a word in him edgewise without him asking to mourn some poor living birth for you. Why do they mourn the living? You got me there, Cutter. He shrugs. We want to cut the question to them. Seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in this pit. He nods at the monument. Every name on there is blessed in my book, it is. Ever know anybody who came back after their name was put on there? Well, why would they? I mean, back from the dead? Winton shakes his head. Not a one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies, and that's the way of things. He shrugs. Still, considering the plains go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. I suppose so. Say, what if our name? Is our name on there? Oh, no, that's it. Thanks. Civ tie. The woman's face looks broken and she is covered in scars. They look like bite marks and fingernail cuts. She is cradling the shreds of several rags in her hands, and is staring emptily. I never seen that word before. Emptily. But the wall of the monument had the names there. Greetings. Psst. Get you back. The woman's teeth peel back, displaying a row of black canines. What do you want? Of Sevtai? What's the matter? What's wrong? Those chaos men wrecked my cart, attacked me, and killed 3 of my sisters who tried to stop them. Not sisters anymore. Now they're nothing but names on this memorial wall. Chaos men. Chaos men, a faction, he says. What they are is an addled bunch that runs wild through the hive and does whatever they please. We never did no harm to them, and they lope in like dogs and tear apart anything within their reach. Who are these chaos men who attacked you? They're a hiver gang, a bunch of addled sods that call themselves the starved dogs barking or some such barmy nonsense. You know, one of my videos, some bull for some coin. Their actions are unjust. We're unjust, if you wish. You can see that the matter is rectified. If 3 deaths, they happens in 3 too. 3 deaths they caused, and 3 deaths shall these starved dogs suffer. I don't know, sure, why not? A copper earring in your purse. Copper earring in your purse if you pin 3 of those murdering sods in the dead book, Jig. I'll see 2 that they're put in the dead book. Can you tell me where they might be found? Go out Southgate, spyward from here, and walk around the block until you comes to a place where men run in circles, howling at the big sky. They're the starved dogs they are. I'll go look for them then.
Updated my journal.
Of Sivtai and get her revenge. I could possibly find these starved dogs there. See a dustman with a crooked smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are as dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left. And he keeps it tucked on his side, as if cradling a small child. Greetings. The dustman's eyes slide over you. Name. The way he speaks the word, it sounds like a tolling of a bell. I don't know. No name? No name. Can't help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. No need to give a name if you want to see where it's died. What?
Updated my journal.
Give it a name when you're born. Give it back when you need it no more. Death of names, death of names. His eyes swim across the monolith and the walls of the area. Buried many names here. Death of names has. Tell me your name. I'll show its grave. Huh. Dionara. His eyes roll to the back of his head and pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of the monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. He then points at a section of the wall, buried. Examine the spot he is pointing at. Chiseled into the black stone in tiny cramped writing is the name he requested. It is almost lost beneath a sea of names around it. I had another name. Da. He shakes his head. Not dead yet, that name is. Not buried here, not time, not time. Can you bury a name for me? He nods and unfolds a small hand from where it is cradled on his side. Looks divided the size of that. Cost Jink to bury a name. 3 coppers. 3. I thought it was 3 too. No name today, farewell. Let's try. I like bury name. Gwendon. Jesus said, not dead yet, not buried. Okay. Dionara. I'll be back.
updated my journal.
Got a dusty. Ugh, I've never seen something so ugly I've not. Hike off! Ugh, I've never seen something so ugly I've not.
I was muted. God damn it.
Hike off.
A striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken from the skin of some creatures, and a horn shoulder piece protects her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail that is flicking back and forth as you watch. Has a tail. Huh. Greetings. The girl ignores you. Who are you? Can you tell me where I am? You're lost, but you're about to find trouble. Make yourself lost somewhere else, bubber. I had some questions I want to ask first. Hi, and what is it you want? I can't help but notice you have a tail. Do I now? The girl looks at her tail. So I do. You know, I was thinking that it was a trick of me eye. Why, aren't you a sharp cutter? She bares her teeth. Why don't you piss off to wherever hole you crawled out of and leave me be? Me ignore me tail is for trade, jig? Alright, I was just curious. It's just as well neither you nor your tail are for sale. Couldn't speak out living with him anyway. What are you about, you blighter? Say it again. You said that you couldn't make a living selling yourself. Aye? It's good I sell corpses then, huh? You look ready for the dustman's furnace skull. Sell corpses. Just repeat what freaking Mort says, dude. Aye, the dustmen pay a little jink for anyone with a will to scrape. With a will to scrape debtors off the street and bring them to the mortuary. This is me territory, though. This is me territory, though. Don't you even think? Don't you even think about fishing for debtors here, right? What do the dustmen want with the dead? Bury them proper, like send them all on the right plane and make sure that everything in the multiverse be nice and tidy. Plane. Aye, plane. Bit of gulf between your ears so wide me words echo. Pah. You ask too many questions, Scab. Pike off and nettle someone else with your questions. I just had one more question. Part of that, I have nothing more to say to you. Forget. Better watch your tongue, girl, or it's coming off. You better remember that if we speak again. Pike off wherever you came from then.
Well, what is it? Like the Dusty's lost one of their debtors.
I'm looking for some. You tell me where I am. Oh, I know, I was lost. Looking for someone named Pharaoh. Do you know where I can find him? I might say more if you sweeten Just sweeten the question, eh? She clicks her tongue and rubs two fingers together. Jink, jink, eh? She means money. Oh. Aye, she glances at more than shrugs. What the skull said. Hard coin. I doubt you have anything I want to hear, but try me. I'll decide whether it's worth it. By that, I have nothing more to say. Oh, okay.
I know debtors today.
Well,
said walking
what is it?
looks like.
Alright, how much? How much is it here? She studies you, then folds her arms. Come on, I haven't got all day, I haven't. Turn on the charm. How about 10? If your information is good enough, it could be more. Aye, alright. She pockets the money. It's gone so quickly, you have no idea where it vanished to. Look for him in the alley, Spire Ward, from the mortuary. That's the south and west of the mortuary, aye? Yeah, that sounds like a frickin' trap if I ever heard one, dude. Very well. I had some other questions. I'm missing a journal. Have you seen one? It looks like you strangely. Nah, I have seen nothing like that. I haven't. Alright. Thanks anyway. Farewell. Farewell to you too.
I know deaders today said walking ones looks like. Aye, slow siggle day it is.
Update my journal? What did you say?
Well,
South?
what is it? Lost one of their deaders.
South and west of the mortuary. Southwest.
Looks like the Dusty's lost one of their deaders. Aye, slow
The post. This filthy looking corpse is in sad shape. Its shutters are slumped and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. Add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved onto its body. Several notices have been nailed into its chest, back, and head. I thought I was in bad shape. Don't all those nails hurt? Of course, makes no response. Examine the corpse. Despite the many stitches, this corpse's rotten skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. You'd guess that this zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit and mud stains aside, some of the tears in the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged in them. One wicked looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. Pry out the cobblestone. Whoa! Gained some experience. Gained one item. Nameless one. Pry out the cobblestone. Grab hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of the brain matter and rotten flesh slowly drip from it. Looks like whatever was in its head turned into ooze long ago. Examine the corpse. Examine the graffiti and notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked to his back has something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. Disease Control. The one on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One on his chest looks like an official notice, and another appears to be some sort of want ad. Alright, we'll look at the post. To those Hive citizens wishing... Oh, I get it. It's like, it's a freaking post board thing. You're just a post. The post. To those Hive citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honorable and generous sigil government inquirer. Tales must be genuine and from rat only. No cat, dog, or fiend tail accepted. Offices, street, southwest of mortuary and low. Okay. What's the other one? Bill of fare. Someone has posted a bill of fare for the small gathering dust bar. But the bill of fare cannot be read, as the words Smoldering Corpse Bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Smoldering Corpse Bar. The zombie immediately jerks to its left arm upwards and points far to the southeast. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Brrr. Reminds me of a job I once had. He seems embarrassed. Well, I mean, without arms. I wonder if this would work with the other notices. Office of Vermin. Office of Vermin and Disease Control. Zombie immediately jerks to its left. Oh yeah, south. It says right there, southwest. Duh. Official notice. Public notice by the order of the Judiciary Council in accordance with the citizenry sigil. Let it be known those defacing a registered servant of the dustmen, either by graffiti, malicious attack, by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for vandalism of said servant. By the order of the Hall. By order of the Hall of Speakers. Able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the dustman cause will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with initiate Norwich Gathering Dust Bar. Zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points west to the building before you. A moment later it falls down. Alright. That should be it though.
I feel stronger.
Leveled up.
Maybe I could gut a dusty.
Nameless one. More. Oh, Jesus. I feel like I've woken inside someone's dream. I don't know who I am. I don't know how I got here. I don't know why. Lost my memory to figure out, but I don't know what. Of course, you got questions about me. You probably have questions about all sorts of things. Let me boil it down for you. You've been as dead as long as I have, without arms, legs, or anything else. You spend a lot of time thinking. You know, I figure it's been a few hundred years since I got penned in the dead book. But time doesn't really tally up the way it used to. Not the mortality thing pressing down on you, all the days and nights kind of blend together. So you think about this. You think about that. And the most important piece of wisdom I've learned over the past 100 or so years is this. There's a lot more obscene gestures you can make with your eyes and your jaw than most people think. Oh, thanks. Even without resorting to insults or taunting, you can really light a bonfire under someone with just the right combination of eye movements and jaw clicking. Drives them bar me. If you ever get beheaded and your skin flayed from your skull, I'll show you how it's done. Got some real gems, Steve. They'd drive a diva to murder, they would. I know what you're thinking. I'm dead. I've lost so much. It should have sobered me up to all that joy I missed, all those loves I lost. Some people get all depressed about death. They haven't tried it, of course. One thing they never seem to realize is how it changes your perspective on things. Really makes you take a second look at life. Broaden your horizons. For me, pretty much made me realize how many dead shits there are in this burg and how few sharp-tongued men like myself there are to go around. You spin the wheel, right? Years of spending nights alone are over. Shallow? I'm not shallow. I just don't get caught up in all that philosophy and faith and belief wash that every burg from Arborea to the grey waste rattling their jaws about. Who cares? The plains are what they are. You're what you are. And if it changes, fine. But things aren't bad the way they are. And I should know. Go on. Ask me some question about the plains, or the chant, or the people, or the cultures. You end up like me, without eyelids, that is. You end up seeing a lot of things, and I can tell you almost everything you need to know. It's like this. We're in this together, Chief. Until this is over, I stick like your leg. Oh, I like that. I like the number instead of strongest creature killed, zombie worker, time with party 9 hours. Jesus. Favorite spell. Favorite weapon, scalpel. Mort's bite. Strength is pretty low, huh? What's in her inventory? What is this?
Dead as they said walking ones looks like.
Junk.
Maybe I can get a dusty.
Inventory's full. Dustman. Embalming charm, lesser. 3 charges. Usable only on nameless one and more. This strange metal bracelet has directions described on the side of it. Judging from the crude text, it appears that the bracelet works by being held by a living creature. Then, while pronouncing a mantra to the true death, it is touched to the forehead of a zombie or skeleton. When this is done, the minor enchantment held within the item spreads through the corpse, strengthening their bones, killing traces of a knockout. And then we'll work on either more. Grace, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream, my dude. We were just playing Scape. It's been a while. And by a while, I mean years. So I just want to like replay it. Never got far in it. Nice, yeah. What the heck? Why isn't it showing the thing? Alright. Yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Simply put in a quick item slot and use it from the quick menu on more, or have more uses on you in order. In fact, as an old clip? Was that an old clip? Inventory's full. Alright, let's check this out. What's in here?
Chief, what are we doing in here? Let's
All
see if we
right.
just give this place the laugh, all right? What's up?
Can I talk to more?
Yeah?
Can I talk to you?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Dialogue.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Can you read to me what's tattooed on the back? No. Tell me a little about Sigil. Sigil's a ring-shaped city that's squatting on top of an infinitely tall spire in what some claim to be the center of the plains. Of course, how it could be at the top of the infinitely tall spire, and how the city could even be at the center of the plains raises some questions. Sigil is called the City of Doors, mostly because there's a lot of invisible doors that lead in and out of it. Just about any arch, doorframe, barrel hoop, bookshelf, or open window might be a portal under the right conditions. It all depends on if you have the key to open it. Keys. See, I guess the best way to explain it is most portals are sleeping, right? If you could walk through them, by them, on top of them, and nothing would happen. Now, every portal has something that wakes it up. That could be a tune you hum to yourself, a loaf of week-old Bitopian bread, remembering what your first case was like, and then BAM! The portal gets its justice flowing, and you can jump through it to whatever's on the other side. Like where? Anywhere, Chief. Literally any place you can think of, there's a portal there. That's why Sigil's so popular across the plains. What the hell you mean by plains? Okay, this invites me to next. How did I die? How did you die more? Oh, he probably doesn't remember. No idea, Chief. I kinda forgot when I died. Can't say I blame myself. At least there was something waiting for me after I died. Even if it's life like floating skull, I mean, it could have been worse. What happened to your body? I don't know. Alright, it's just gone. More glitters at you. But don't think I miss it, because I'm happy just the way I am. And I don't need your half-wit judgments or snide remarks, alright? Alright, let's head off. More glares at you. I'm not convinced you are some sort of walking curse that's destined to follow me around. Look who's talking. Let's go.
Okay. What's up, Chief? Okay. What's the word, Chief? Good as done.
How do I move? How do I move together?
All right.
Where the heck am I? Wait, who's awaiting death? Before you is a young dustman with stubble on his chin and dark circles beneath his eyes. He is staring at the wall with a somber expression. Greetings. The dustman doesn't look up. He stares straight ahead, as if he is seeing something several leagues beyond the walls of the bar. Can I ask you some questions? The dustman doesn't respond. He keeps staring into the distance. What are you looking at, dude? Alrighty then. Mort hisses at you. Let's go, Chief. This dude might as well be fertilizer. Fair enough. Let's get out of here. As you turn to leave, the dustman suddenly speaks, his voice barely a murmur. You have to strain to hear the words. You think he said something about wanting to die. What did you say? The boy's expression... Wait, hold up. Can I talk to this guy again? Save game. The boy's expression does not flicker. Do you want to die? Are you threatening me, boy? He blinks. Yes, I am. Why, are you going to kill me? He stiffens, as if making a resolution. Go ahead, I care not. You want to die? Yes. Why don't you want to live? This is living? He bares his teeth and his hands clench. This existence is a mockery of life. I do not wish to continue the charade any longer. Death is silent, comforting. Then why haven't you killed yourself already? I have been looking for a means to end my life. Will you kill me? No. Very well. Leave me. We shall not speak again. Damn. Alright, hold up. I think I messed that up.
I feel stronger.
Is there an enemy boy? Want to die? Live? Trust me, it's not. The boy seems irritated by the comment. And how do you know? I've seen what lies beyond death. The boy stares at you. You are speaking truthfully. He looks at you in amazement. What is there? What did you see? Yeah, what did we see? I don't know about anything about this. I lay on an island adrift upon an ocean of great darkness. The island was formed of shadowed stones, but the stones were not stones, for they murmured and whispered to me in a speech I could not understand. There is no silence there, no comfort, and the chill burrows beneath the flesh and sinks into the bone. There is no difference. He looks down at the floor and chews his lips with a strange expression. Beyond the shadow of this existence, more misery awaits. There is no oblivion, no cleansing, nothing changes. The planes rotate and nothing ever changes. Except you. You can still change. He scoffs. Nay, I have tried repeatedly. If you believe that, then it will be true. It is more than belief, it is reality. His gaze turns dark.
I'm starting to feel bad for them, but it's still hilarious.
Have you seen the city? It rots, and everything within it rots with it. There is no hope, nothing to strive for. Everything is stained with darkness and shadows. What about your beliefs as a dustman? Isn't that a worthy enough goal? He nods. A dustman philosophy is a worthy goal, else I would not have become a dustman. Then heed this. You are according to the. You are too eager to reach oblivion. I'm going to the attendants of the dustmen that very stewards. Then why not make the belief of the dustman your focus? Perhaps this is a life of pain and misery, but if you focus on your beliefs and that which is of value to you, they shall help you work past it. Perhaps. He considers what you have said. Perhaps you are right, but sometimes it is hard to ignore the pain of this life. How should I deal with it? Simply to try to live as best you can. Use this life, no matter how painful, as an opportunity. You are young, perhaps seeing more of this life. Kill your eagerness for death. The boy falls silent, thinking. Eventually, he turns back up to you. The words carry weight, sir. In a fresh perspective, I will do as you have said. That is all I ask. Live, grow old, and learn. Farewell.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Interesting. What is this? Alright, what are these items I have? Eyeball.
Don't want to part with that. Don't want to part with that.
Eyes cannot be removed, only switched. Whoa, is this cyberpunk? This is your eye. It looks like it's been better days. It's seen better days. Mortuary sanctum key. When using keys in Torment, you only need to have them in your inventory to unlock a door. In some cases, the key will vanish after it is used. This is done when the key is no longer needed. Ground item. Inventory. Left arm. Speed 2, weight 1, damage 1 to 3. I put that on the ground. This is a polished cobblestone that was lodged in the zombie's skull. It has its traces of brain matter dripping from it. Why do I have all these weapons? Wait, what's going on? Crescent hatchet. Dustman robes are a cosmetic disguise. Even though you appear to be armed with a dagger, you will do damage according to the weapon you had equipped when you put the disguise on. If you switch weapons while the disguise is on, it will be nullified. Okay. Iron spike. Leather strap used to bind the skeleton worker's bones together. Alright, now we can drop on the ground.
I'm gone.
Heals 9 hit points. This rag page, it looks like it was cut nearly out of a book. It is written in a tight crab script. Farod. Oh wait. It's all collected by Farod. Fifth night. Desiccated corpse, cause of death. Immutable age of shell prevents identification. Collector Farod, 3 common paid. Collector Farod. As with the previous entries, these shells Farod has brought also show signs of having been prepared. I have asked that initiated more. Cause of death slash. Just rolled a piece of parchment, appears to be some sort of message of skeleton. During last request of pry bar has been misplaced. Maybe I just put them in here. Contact necromancer responsible for raising. Iron pry bar. Scalpel.
Done. Can't let that go.
If this is your default attack, although the amount of damage you can do with a fist is relatively small, you attack quickly and the damage you do is affected by the strength. Bit of charcoal is a charred bone. Temp 2 plus 2 8 temporary hit points and temporary bonus for armor class for a half hour. The extra hit points will heal the target. If he is less than max hit points, they will give him a bonus hit points. Let's just see. There's no like junk area, so. Do I need this? What is this? It's a cobblestone. Junk. Hammer. 1 to 6 crushing. Usable by fighters only. This iron pry bar can be used to pry open doors, chests, and even occasional. Use a pry bar to force a locked door or chest select. Alright, well that's usable stuff. Well, I still have leather straps.
Bu
Left arm. Don't need that. Nameless one is a fighter. Okay. Saving throws have improved. Fighting. Zombie bodyguard. The zombie gazes at you with vacant eyes. His lips have stitched closed. Seen anything around here? Zombie continue to stare at you. Skeletons talk? The skeleton turns toward you, rattling as he does so. A number of his bones are held together with lead straps, and a wine-stained green tunic hangs from his shoulders. Nice tunic, I mean it. No reply. You see a somber, pale-faced dustman in black robes. He's staring silently into his drink. Greetings. Dustman looks up. Yes? Can I ask you some questions? Not at this time. The dustman becomes silent and turns back to his drink. Greetings. Questions? No. That's a big hammer. Nothing. Seer the skeptic. As you approach the elderly woman, turns and stares at you. La, look who's come a-calling on Seer today. That's dear son. She looks you up and down and shakes her head in disbelief. By every power and its mother, boy, what crypt did you crawl out of? I'm fresh out of the mortuary, actually. That's so. Sarah raises an eyebrow. warms my ears to hear you gave that place that laugh, boy. Not much of a watering hole for one who isn't relieving themselves, she sniffs. Too many cobwebs and dusty minds. You don't like the mortuary. Aren't you a dustman? A dustman, I suppose. I've seen enough sand pass through the hourglass while wearing these robes. This body is almost ready to pay the ferryman. She chuckles, but there's not much mirth in it. Are you afraid of dying? Of course I am, boy. Who isn't? She frowns and glances around. Well, except dustmen. They're not afraid because they've been swallowing so much of their own bat droppings over the decades. They blind themselves into thinking that death is some kind of release. You don't sound much like a dustman. She shrugs. I guess the dustman robes don't fit me as well as they used to. What happened? Life, I suppose. Never mind. I won't bore you with it. Bore you with the details. I'd like to know, actually. Oh, would you? She looks at you skeptically. How old you taking me for, boy? Old. Not too old. She snores. Well, you're wrong. I'm really old. Now, I've spent most of my long years teaching dustmen. I've seen many dustmen whelps grow within our order, taught them the ways of the faction, kept the faith, preached the tenets of the faction, she frowns, and so on and so on. No questions, no doubt. This life was merely an antechamber that led to the true death. But what happened? Well, a half month back, I went sick with the fever. I thought it was the end. It rattled my cage. How? Her face becomes as stone. There's something about having your faction members circle around your deathbed like a pack of pale-faced ghouls, nodding and agreeing that your suffering and dying is all for the best. Oh, Sarah is so fortunate. She shall soon be relieved of the burden of life. Burden of life? That's when it struck me. That there's something. Queer expression comes over her features, addled about not approaching your life. Husband? The husband keeps saying that life is misery and suffering. Is it? No, we should be happy to pass on into the oblivion. Should we? She shakes her head. Questions, and precious few answers. It doesn't sound like you believe in the dustman philosophy anymore. Suppose I have got a swarm of doubts all buzzing in my skull. She rubs her temples. Hard to get them all to be quiet sometimes. They need to be fed answers. I haven't got them worked out yet. What will you do? Can you swear, boy? I don't know. Sarah sighs. That's the problem with doubt. I can't even trust that what I'm feeling is true, or if I'm scared of death only because of my brush with the fever, or even what I should do. Is it a passing thing? I don't know. Sir, if you truly believed in Dustman philosophy, then your brush with the fever would not have left you such doubts. Wait, what? You have truly believed in Dustman philosophy, then your brush... Yeah. Whoa! 500 XP. Sir stares at you, then nods slowly. Maybe. Maybe so. She frowns, her face wrinkling up in concentration. I'll have to chew it over and some more. You should. It's no small matter. La, now. Enough of me rattling about my woes. Sarah stares into your scars. You look like you shared a few handshakes with death herself. Doesn't that change your view somewhat? Doesn't it make you appreciate life a bit more? Interesting that truth is either yes or no. Well, my brushes with death are a lot closer than those of other people. Can't seem to die, at least as far as I know. Sarah blinks. You're rattling my coffin. Wait, should I be telling people? She seems fine. It's true. Strange are the ways of the plains, and I've seen too much to throw any tail out with the wash. She studies her face. If it's true, why does this happen? All I know is I woke up in the mortuary with no memory and covered with enough wounds to kill me 3 times over. And don't be saying too loud. Most peculiar. Never heard of anything like that. Shame about your memories. Do you have any idea why this happens? Nay, not a one. Never knew anyone who death wouldn't take, until now. Questions, eh? Well, you can ask. Sarah looks at you with a steely eye and smiles. Crypt crawler. I didn't crawl out of any crypt. Nah. Have you seen my journal recently? I'm missing mine. What does it look like? No idea. How'd you expect to find it? I'm beginning to wonder that myself. I had some other questions. I'm searching for a man named Farrod. Have you seen him? Sarah's face crumbles into a frown. That dog. He's the worst of the collector lot. I heard he has his kip set up somewhere in Ragpicker Square, many streets west of the mortuary gate. Dangerous place, though. Some of those collectors aren't patient enough to wait for folks to die so they can sell them junk. Oh, so they can sell them their junk. Collectors. They're vermin that scavenge the bowels of the hive for bodies to sell to the dustmen. Make a living off the dead. Mother breed makes you ashamed to share the same city with them. She sighs. At least they help keep the streets clean. Can you tell me about awaiting death? Awaiting death? That boy has half a sense of a jackass. He actually wants to die, and him so young too. Wish death would rattle his cage. More questions. I actually met a scribe named Dal at the mortuary. Do you know him? Dal? He was my instructor in the philosophical arts during my early training at the mortuary. And a crusty fool, a boot. He's ill, so my ears tell me I bet he'll even bore death with his presence. Is he dying? Sicker than a spotted dog he is, not much sand left in the hourglass for him. Met a guide at the mortuary. So ago. Do you know him? That boy used to be a regular around here. Don't know what happened to him. Could be. He was shaken up after his friend died. Explain. One of his friends was killed in the hive a few weeks ago. Torn apart by rats. She shakes her head. Messy business. Mr. Sorgo always been a guide at the mortuary. No, only for the past few months. Last I heard, he was just sent off with some missionary duty, but I don't know where. One of the embalmers in the mortuary. Eileen, do you know her? Who? A strange young woman. Poor sight. Near deaf. Talons for hands. Sarah shakes her head. Maybe she's a new initiate. Never heard of her. Interesting. What does that mean? Alright. I didn't crawl off any crypt. She frowns, her face wrinkling like crumpled parchment. Right then. What coffin did you crawl out of? She mumbles, one of those shoddy splint coffins at Harmony's most like. Gives corpses splinters, I hear, she sniffs. That boy's not been a worth clip or copper since his father died. He ain't crawl out of a coffin either. She smiles, revealing a row of uneven teeth. Alright, boy, what sarcophagus did you crawl out of? She stops and chuckles to herself. Just rim you, boy, no harm, man. You do look like death, Solomon, though. Who is that Hamries you mentioned? Hamries is a coffin maker, in the lower ward. Inherited the shop when his father died, much to the shame of every corpse needing a coffin, crypt, or tombstone sigil. What happened to his father? Those aren't for show, boy. He died. She mumbles. His son talked to him to death, most likely. That boy's tongue doesn't stop rattling. I'm surprised he doesn't shake his head loose from his shoulders. Well, it doesn't sound like I'd like to be buried in one of his coffins, then. You recommend anywhere else I could lie and die? She barks a laugh and rouses your ears. Not here, unless you want to die of boredom. What's wrong with here? Someone pinch your sense and sight, boy. She waves her hand around the bar. Look around. What your eyes tell you? A dustman bar. Very good. Sears chuckles dryly, though she doesn't seem to be laughing at you. At the risk of explaining myself, dustmen are the dullest breed of dullards ever to nest in sigil. Always speaking to death reverently, like it's some holy union that every creature in the multiverse should strive for. But you're a dustman. Oh wait, let me read this. From his father to sound uncommon. Do us both a favor and latch that box of yours. Don't be drawing comments between me and that yapping girl. Alright. must take my leave. Farewell. You? Mordecai Gravesend. This tiny, wizened man is dwarfed by his huge dustman robes. They look as if they were chosen to cloak his small stature. Although he looks to be in his late 90s, this man is extremely energetic. He fidgets continuously and his eyes dart around the bar like a bird's. Greetings. The man's eye gleam as he takes your measure, and he gives a slight nod in greeting. Hail, and well met, traveler. You look like one who is just getting their sigil legs about them. He trails off. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. Possibly. Are you certain it was me? Maybe I was mistaken. Mordecai shakes his head. Well, no matter. How is that Mordecai Graveson may help you? Do you seek? He clucks his tongue as he speaks. The contract, perhaps? Contract? The contract? Why, it is but a simple transaction. In the depths of his huge robe, Mordecai pulls out a dusty parchment with a quill pen. I give you 50 common in return. After death, the Dustman faction claim your remains. Wait, what? Mordecai pulls forth a dusty parchment open. I give you 50 commons in return. Oh, I give you 50 commons. In return, after death, the Dustman faction may claim your remains. He smiles, then clucks his tongue. What use will you have for them at that point anyway? What do the Dustman want with my body? Mordecai holds up his hand as if he doesn't know. What does it matter? It is of no consequence when you pass on. Well, it matters to me. Well, if you must know, if time is nothing, it is done with the body. It is we, the dustmen, who have wasted all that money. More fools, us. Mordecai gives a slight smile, then looks apologetic. But really, there are times when the workers in a mortuary need to be replaced, and then you may have a need for your body. You mean I'll be animated as a corpse and put to work in the mortuary? That doesn't sound good. Ah, but no harm is done, no pain. Mordecai raises a finger as if to emphasize the point. There is no danger. In exchange for money you can spend in this life, you merely have to give us something I have no need of anyway. Once you have died, Mordecai taps his chest. Once you have died. Mordecai taps his chest. I signed the contract myself, you must know. Shall no need for my body when I pass on. Oh. Only for 50. I'll consider it. For now, I have some other questions. Can you tell me about the patrons here? Of course. Which other patrons do you wish to know about? Awaiting death. Trouble initiate. Mordai clicks his tongue disapprovingly. Seeks death with a passion that is most inappropriate for a dustman. Are dustmen not allowed to feel passionate? Oh my, yes. Too much passion, too much emotion prevents one from reaching the true death. To be passionate runs contrary to the philosophy of our faction, true death. The true death is the state of a peaceful oblivion all dustmen aspire to, and help all others reach. He clucks disapprovingly. Anything that ties the soul to this life is shunned by our faction. Whether these ties are possessions or emotions, you see, passions act as an anchor on the soul. You see, passions act as an anchor on the soul, preventing it from reaching the true death. He shakes his head. Very bad, very bad. Can you tell me about Seer? A trouble initiate. I heard she contracted a sickness not long ago, and it changed her. Now she seems bitter and angry, and she does not speak the Dustman beliefs with the conviction she once did. I fear that bitterness is a passion that could jeopardize her position within the faction. Mordai shakes his head. I know nothing about a journal. He smiles. I deal with documentation of a much different sort. The contract, what about it? Oh, I know. He is one of those collectors, isn't he? I know little of him. I think Initiate and Morik mentioned him in passing. Mordai glances around. Morik should be around here in the bar somewhere. He used to be found in the far corner at the head table, I believe. This should be it. Farewell. Mordai nods as you leave. He has a strange expression on his face. Wait, well, why? Is there something wrong? Mordai frowns. Forgive me, I must ask again. Are you sure we haven't met before? Possibly. I do not recall you. Mordai shakes his head. Well, no matter. Farewell. Farewell, farewell. Something about that one. Morik. You see a heavy-set man with a dark skin and grim features. He is dressed in dustman robes, and he is regarding you with stony gaze. Greetings. You have the look of one lost. The man's voice is like the stone settling. Did the wind send you, or are you here on purpose? Who are you? I am Morik. Factotum and initiate of the fourth circle. Is this your bar? If you measure ownership in copper, this is not my establishment. If you measure ownership in spirit, it is mine. He pauses as if trying to emphasize a point. The dustmen here are my students. They are under my protection. Can you tell me about the dustman faction? Dustmen seek true death. Some call oblivion, but this is incorrect. The dustman, the true death, is freedom from the chains of this false life. false life. This life that many cling to with their emotions is a false existence. As long as one clings to it, they will continually be reborn into it. One must divest themselves of emotion to escape this cycle. I see. Can you tell me about how your faction is organized? Dustmen are organized into 5 circles. The 5th circle is made of the lowest rank of Dustmen initiates. The first circle is comprised of the highest ranking Dustmen, the ruling body of our faction. What about the others? Can you tell me about the dead contracts? What is it exactly? I am searching for a man named Farad. Have you seen him? I would know why. I would know why you seek to collect a Farad. Collector. Collectors gather the dead and bring them to us. I would know why you seek this collector. Why, is there something wrong? The collector Farad has brought many corpses to the mortuary of late. One must ask where these bodies are from. Perhaps I could find out where these bodies are from. How would you do such a thing? I would track down Farad and ask him. If you spoke with the collector and returned with his answers, you have done a great service for the dustman. Find where the dead he brings us to us are from, and you will be rewarded. Hell yeah, why not? Very well, I will find Farad, speak to him, and find out where these dead bodies he brings you are from. Mork nods. Your path is our path. Return here and you have a collector. And you have the collector Farad's answers. Can you tell me where he is? It is not known to me where the collector Farad is. He hides from the eyes of the dustman. I would seek the collector and ask them your questions. That doesn't help at all, dude. I'd like to join the dustman faction. If you desire to join the dustman faction, I will hear your request. I merely believe what the dustmen believe. Very well. Do you know our philosophy? Other questions. You're gonna join. Very well. These gates are made of featureless black metal. It doesn't seem to appear to be any way of opening them. Old copper eyes. Before he is a tall, silent figure, he could easily pass for a statue. Although the deep furrows in his eyes and brow make you wonder if the sculptor was no too eager in defining the face with a chisel. He looks well over 50 years old, but exactly how much over 50 is hard to tell. As he slowly turns to look at you, he casts a dull sheen of copper in his eyes. Greetings. The old copper eye stares at you. His eyes are different to make out past the black well of his eye sockets, but they have a coppery sheen about them. I have some questions. Copper eye says nothing. Never mind, farewell. Damn, that's it. Well, the crypt was losing its charm, so now I'm looking around for the right place to die. Know anyone? Ah, now we can talk about Mornick. That stone-faced old fool, I taught him, you know. And I used to hold a man in high regard. Then I woke up. This crusty old ghoul that sits here in his off hours to make sure the younger dustmen have a symbol of authority here in this bar. She mumbles. Old vulture. Mortai. Mortai? Huh. Maybe we were going to ask about a dustman. He spits. There's no dustman who's less a dustman than that jinx smacking bone box rattling lackwit. What do you mean? When I'm so anxious to impress his betters by getting the most dead contracts signed, I wonder if he'll ever be a dustman. I don't understand. He's eager to get contracts signed, boy. He's concerned about his reputation. He's thinking about his career in the dustman. That alone says it all. I still don't understand. It's said that passions kill. Sarah snorts. For dustmen, that's the opposite. Passions keep you alive. If you can't strip yourself of passion, whether eagerness, greed, or ambition, then you're doomed to never truly die, because life will always hold a piece of you. Old Copper Eye. I don't know much about that one. He's a strange blood. He never moves from that spot, never eats, never drinks, just waits. She shivers slightly. Makes me uneasy. Rags. The bar is made of green stone that seems to evaporate any liquid that touches it. Wow, what the heck, why? Alright.
All right.
Harlot. The attired woman dressed in a tight leather hoodies and leggings, the odor of cheap perfume. Greetings. Who looks coyly at you? I look to be a blood who's lost something. Yep, I can help find it, Cutter. She smiles lightly. Oh. Oh, what good fortune. We probably lost what we're looking for. Back at your kip, miss. Actually, I'm missing a journal. Eh? She seems confused. What are you about? Forget about the journal. Maybe you can help me find what I'm really missing. Never mind. Keep that in mind. Farewell. Chief, can you support me some jink? It's been a long time, it has. I'm not even gonna ask how you intend to accomplish this. The wind breaks in. It's twice the cost for the mimmer, or other degenerate mimmer. Mimmer's a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. I see. Well, don't sweat it more. From the looks of her, probably saving you from dying twice. You pox shivel your innards. You have the stinking fashion sense of a gutter and you're twice as ugly.
New taunts, alright.
More stairs hypnotized as Harlot lets loose a stream of obscenities. At the end of the verbal avalanche, Moore is silent for a moment, then turns to you. Wow, Chief. Got a few more taunts for the old arsenal. Turns back to the harlot who is catching her breath. Also in love. Another harlot. Hive thug. See a heavyset looking man. He has a stone faced expression. Greetings. Yeah, no. Oh, jeez. Why? Freaking get him.
Damn.
Did you see that?
Where's the quick loot? This crude bronze ring looks like it might have doubled as someone's nose ring in the past. Despite the dents and scratches, it might be worth a few coins to a local merchant. So why not? Move over here. Rusty dagger. Damn, that hurt, dude. What the heck? Too dangerous to rest here. We rest in here. Gonna rest in this area. This female corpse is dressed in a heavy burlap shirt covered with a food and wine stains. Her lips have been stitched closed. It was great talking to you, farewell. You turn away, you know Mort staring at you. What is it? Did you see? The way that Everest beauty was staring at me. Mort's teeth chatter as if in anticipation. You're looking at some lucky cutter to thaw her coffin. Please, don't start this again. Mort ignores you and becomes thoughtful. I don't really mind the attention, actually. It's just that I like to be seen as something more than just a skull, you know? I have feelings that go beyond my base animal instincts. I want courtship, not some fortnight fling around at a mausoleum. Keep it up and I'm going to fling you somewhere. But Chief, Mort backs slightly out of the arm's reach. Women, they appreciate lovers, not fighters. You are perhaps the last person I would romantic advice from. You have had the since you died, youth, so you know better. Mort's voice rises to new heights of smugness. 7 hours of love, I wrote them all. Whatever, Mort, let's go.
All right.
And where can you rest?
I'm gone.
Ugh, I've never seen something so ugly I've not.
Did it update my journal? I don't know.
I've never seen something so ugly I've not.
What the hell?
I know deaders today said walking ones looks like. I can't find any deaders.
Wait for me.
Maybe I could gut a dusty.
I have to. Smiling middle-aged woman trots up to you and curtsies. Hello, sir. Well met. Merely a single copper common I can offer me services. Town somewhere I can point out for you. What's a town? Woman looks at you skeptically and shrugs. The guide of swords and helps you. Now this pile high if I can. Alright, here's a copper piece. Oh bless, okay, we can learn more things. Oh, where things are. Most of that enormous dome-shaped compound over in the northeast of the area just won't let you inside, so unless you got business. Gathering dust bar. Get the hell away from me. Ingress. You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is disheveled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is fused lump of flesh. It looks melted like wax exposed to a great heat. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
What is it you want me? The woman's accent is thick, and you are having difficulty making out what she's saying. You want me to leave? Not leaving the city, so I'm not. I can't try it. It's not a city. It's a prison to everywhere. Everywhere. There's worlds, there's... Her eyes gleam madly. Plains that be sinking sands, fields, thirsty nettles be slightly worlds where your limbs are given life and hate. Cities of dust whose people are dust and whisper ash. That's without doors, the twilight lands, the singing winds. The singing winds. She starts to sob quietly. But she seems all out of tears and shadows. A terrible shadows there be. Where are these places? Where's them places? She flings the lump of her right hand in an arc, gesturing at the cityscape. There's all here. Doors. Doors here to be everywhere. Doors. You're not knowing this? She squints at you and her teeth start chattering. Tell you, I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue. The space between shelves, beware. Any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. What do you mean? Every door has a key, and it does. And with this key, they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal. A picture frame becomes a portal. A window becomes a portal. All eager to take the assembled place. Else, they steal you away. She raises the lump of her right hand. And sometimes that's what their side takes part of you. Tithe? What are these keys? The keys number as number. Wait. The keys number as many of the doors of this city. Every door, every key. Every door a key, every key a door. Her teeth start chattering again as if she is cold. And a key is anything. It may be an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers. A thought, thought 3 times, then thought once in reverse, or it may be a glass rose. And all these keys, and these are all keys that open these doors.
Updated my journal.
Yes, her teeth start chattering. As she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes, can't leave. How did you get here?
Updated my journal.
She seems to calm slightly, and her eyes take on a 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here. Almost a life ago. Detuned by a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opened in the space between the crossed trees. Show me the city on the other side. I stepped through, ended here. Why can't you go back? Tried. She tries to sob again, but no tears come. Tried. All doors here lead to other places. She shudders and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals, some on purpose, some on accident. None of them. Can't find way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even leave here. The square. And there's a place behind us. The gate waits for me. She points at the mortuary behind the gate. And points back to you. Can't go anywhere in the city. Can't go anywhere. What do you mean? Anything could be a door, any arch there. Any door here could be a portal. Richie says, You're afraid to go through any door or arch because it might be a portal. She nods, her teeth chattering. Damn. Anything. Really is the city of doors. She nods, her teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal. There's a place where my hand. She stops. It's my 10th turn-in. My 4th 10th turn-in that now. Her teeth begin chattering again. 30 years. You haven't walked through any door for 30 years. Her vision seems to clear slightly. She looks up at you, her teeth still chattering. If you got here, there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of time of finding it. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she is cold. They're moving around inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. Wait, what? Wait, what? She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering. Her teeth aren't chattering because she's cold. They're moving inside her mouth. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal you steps through accident. This drives fear into you. This drives the fear into you. I went through thrice 10. Thrice 10? Thrice 10? Lost my hand, burned my flesh, and lost my sense. She looks at her feet. No more, no more. I'm sorry. If I can find some means to help you, I will. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Mad woman. Ingress warned me. But the doors within the city. She kind of must be bound in picture frame. Can I talk to
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
said you remember more. You'll write more. Man, why? Get away from me. Why are there so many freaking thieves? Wait, there's a pause when I'm in my journal? Ah, get away from me.
I'm gone.
Hey, Cutter! I got a good place for you to stay. Come inside. You live.
What? In any society, there are going to be people who can't live by the laws of society they stand. Whatever the cause, a quite large number of them choose to slip into a life of crime. Know yourself doesn't mean you like it any better than their pride. What the hell is that? This black scaled reptile towers to a height of feet. Towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by its thin, snake-like frame. A long, prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. Strong, greetings. What, Chief? Mort cuts you in before you can speak to the creature. Why that? You don't want to be rallying your bone box with any fiend on the street. Leave be. I want to ask some questions. No, you don't? Mort glances at the creature, then turns back at you. Lowers his voice to whisper. They're touchy. Let's just go. I'll risk it. The creature slowly turns its head down to look at you. Its scaled forehead wrinkles into a frown. Then it opens its mouth, giving a low, rasping hiss. You notice that the heat radiating from the creature begins to rise. I'd like to speak with you for a moment. The creature opens its mouth, displaying a row of blackened fangs. Calm yourself. Alright, well, I just want to talk to you. Fire begins to dance around the shoulders and arms of the creature as if to as it gives a long, low hiss. The creature speaks in a rasping hiss. Its voice sounds like two rough stones being scraped together. It hisses for a few moments, its gravelly voice rising and falling. Oh, what? Creature snarls. Nothing to say to you, do I? The fiend's eyes narrowed to slits. If stay, your warm blood will cover the stones. I just wanted to ask you some questions. Dorsha roars and launches itself to you. Defend yourself. Oh,
Don't
shit.
let it
Oh
end like
no,
this.
I literally died.
I'm really sick of you dying on us. Cut it out, will ya?
Can I keep my inventory stuff? At least keep that.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Done.
Well, that was something, huh?
Hey, Carter, I got a good place for you to stay. Come inside. You'll live longer. We got warm beds in here, Carter. Come on
All
in.
right.
Bro, get away from me. It's freaking thugs.
Looks like the Dusty's lost one of the deaders. Can't find it. I know deaders today said walking ones looks like Dusty. Aye, slow sigil deaders.
All right.
Tomb. This sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone. Can I use dang, I like use the friggin' pry bar. Pen's note. This note has been written with remarkable penmanship upon the finest parchment. Vaxus. If you're reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task and have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. Told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous, and indicates you'll need to lay low. For a while, the dustmen may be deluded, but they are not fools, and they will have certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I've left some coin. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in the rag picker square. The dustman will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you've secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Farad is getting those bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing Dustman a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that stone-faced Dustmen are Nietzsche, I think. Name's Full has been setting out finders to try to find Mark's Farad's movements. Find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts until we know more about Farad's activities. I don't want Emorg finding out something before we do.
Chief, I won't fail you again, I swear.
The battery has long since dry. It remains alright.
I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm gone. Out of here. Small dwelling.
Done.
This man looks haunted. His eyes are half lidded, as if he had trouble sleeping, and his hair is long and unkempt. His beard is flecked with bits of dead skin and old bits of food. He doesn't seem to notice you as you approach. Greetings. As the man of the sound of your voice and his slack expression vanishes, it looks like someone has there are two fires in his eyes. Would be your business bargain to my house. His eyes narrow and his teeth clench. Get, or I'll send you back to wherever grave you crawled from. Go ahead and try. Oh no. Calm yourself. I have some questions. The man's face turned blood red and he begins shouting. Oh, are you deaf? Daft? The snarl he spits at your feet. You filthy scar-ridden dog, off of you. Or even the powers won't be able to save your hide. Very well then. The man throws a parting shot at your back. You best never come across my door again. You wretched stinking bastard. Leave without another word. Okay, what about you? Greetings. Best leave for okay. I already have questions. She glances toward her husband, worrying in her eyes. I'm not the town stranger. Don't be troubling me with such things. Excuse me, are you alright? Me? She seems surprised. Wait, what? Well, hold up. Woman looks to be in her middle years, and her hair has streaks of gray running through it. Lines of worry crisscross her face as she sees you. She seems torn between asking to leave and calling for the man at the table. Me? She seems surprised. Oh, hi. She lowers her voice. You best leave, and has not been himself of late. Best not provoke him with your presence. You spoke with him. He seems troubled. What happened to him? He's been out of sorts. He's been out of sorts of late. Touch of cough, maybe. She gives an unconvincing half shrug. What's really wrong with him? I think he's something. I think he's done something he regrets. Her worried expression melts into despair. I think he signed one of the dead contracts. I cannot imagine what possessed him to do such a foolish thing. Dead contracts. He doesn't want a body. Your husband won't need his body after death. What's the problem? The ghoulishness of the contract aside, it's his nature that's been changed. He's become sullen and dark since doing the signing. He can't seem to rouse himself to look for honest work. It's like the lady's shadow hangs on him. She sighs. Can this contract be undone? She looks at you surprised and sighs. I've tried. I've spoken to the dustman he did the signing with. He's cold and chill, like all the dusties. He even lectured me on my husband, as if I had no right to try and help him. My lips become a tight, thin lip, as if picturing the dustman's face. He was cold, cruel he was. Let me see what I can do. Who was this dustman your husband signed the contract with? The Dusties call himself Gravesend. I know not his first name. He has a table at the dustbin bar in the hive, gathering dust. I believe the place is named. You'll most like find him there, trying to get more people to sign his contracts. I'll seek him out.
Updated my journal.
Head out the street outside, go to the memorial, and head southwest from there. She taps her finger against her chin. You should run right into it. It's one of them. Walking corpse out front. Very well, I'll see what I can do. I won't turn away such a friendly gesture. She seems grateful. Then her worried expression returns. But I must ask. You do not let on I asked you to do such a thing. My husband has a terrible temper, and if you were to find out... Promise, Nels will not find out. Thank you, stranger. I appreciate your help. It's no problem. I'll go see about undoing your husband's contract now.
I'm gone.
Freaking...
All right.
Actually, give me the help. Can you rest here? Must obtain
I'm
permission
gone.
to rest.
I'm gone.
Man.
What's up? Did you see that?
All right.
Freaking... What? Where'd he go? Ran away.
Looks like the Dusty's lost one of their deaders. All started crunching me telling his copper about now.
Add notes.
Done.
Very interesting. Are you the one that signed a contract with Agnyar? What I frowns. It looks puzzled. Mayhap? He thinks for a moment. I do not recall the name, however. I would like to sell that contract. But I wait looks wary. I'm afraid that is impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. I suggest you hand over the contract right now, or I'll put you where you stand. Mordecai freezes, his eyes gauging you. If you draw weapons in here, you will not live to use them. There are guardians that you cannot even see, hovering about this place. And even should you leave, the dustman shall see to it that you are punished. Not make such foolish threats in my presence. The contract is tearing the man's life apart. It is causing him distress. It is possible that he is not even able to approach the true depth with such emotions. Oh, I like that turning within his mind. But I choose it over for a moment. It looks like you've negotiated him into a corner. I cannot. It is a matter of law, my friend. Besides, the burden lies upon the signer to overcome his own feelings in order to reach the true death. I cannot. So what you're saying is that you'll deny him the true death for the sake of a piece of parchment. When I sighs, I holds up his hand as if to get you. Look, it is not how you're making it out to be. You obviously hold a philosophy of the dustman and contempt to a damn man's soul over a piece of paper. Do other members of your faction know of your conduct in this regard? If not, they soon will. Mordecai glares at you for a moment. He opens his mouth and closes it, then opens it. By the nine hells, wait here. He drops his voice to a whisper and keeps your bone box latched. He gives an angry scowl and stomps off. Wait. Hell yeah. A few seconds later, he returns. He is holding a dusty piece of parchment, which he gives to you. Here. He sniffs disdainfully. All for a man's peace of mind. Now be gone and meddle with your preaching no longer. I will leave for now. Farewell, Mordecai.
Looks like my skills have increased.
All started telling Miss Carpet about now.
Oh, I guess you can't manually for them, huh?
I'm gone.
Wait for me, dude.
All right.
Yes, I was able to get a contract from Mordecai. Here it is. She looks relieved and her eyes become misty. Oh, by the powers. You must be a diva in disguise to do such a thing for someone you barely know. Give her the contract.
Updated my journal.
Nay, nay. Show me my husband's contract. Say that you got it for him. But don't say how. I'd appreciate it. Very well. I'll show it to him then. Show him his dustman contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angyar's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words. Then his temper quickly resurfaces. Where did you get that? By the powers, you best tell me. Tear up the contract.
Updated my journal.
Tear up the contract and the anger's follows bits of paper. You tear up the parchment. Anger's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens as if a great weight was lifted from him. Yeah. He looks like he's about to thank you, then stops and stares suspiciously. Nothing's free. Not in the hive, Cotter. Consider this free and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I am here. While I'm around. I like that. Damn. That's crazy. Whoa, that's pretty freaking badass, dude. Like, what? While I'm around. When his anger expression crumbles, he looks tired of fighting his good fortune. I must have prayed to the right powers this past half month. He sighs. You have me thanks, Cutter, for whatever that's worth. Actually, perhaps you can help me. I have some questions. Can I ask why you signed the Dustman contract? Perhaps it's the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds you that distracted you. He snorts. You have less than nothing that I needed, Jink. Didn't seem to matter too much at the time where it might come from. Time to buy to the Dusties is a lot more honest than most work around here. What caused you to change your mind? It's just. I saw one of them zombies on the streets half a month ago. One of them zombies that work for the Dusties. It stabbed me in the heart. I knew I'd make a mistake. I didn't want to be part of any of that after death. We've all had our share of mistakes. Nah, I suppose so. I'm looking for a man named Farad. Aye, that name would be known to me. Not a fond name it is, either. What can you tell me about him? The shadows. You know where I can find him.
Updated my journal.
But won't be doing a favor telling to Tia. His frown deepens One of McKeon fell into his lot a few months back. Spilled some of the dark of old Farad to hear tell. Farad's actually got his skip buried somewhere under Reg Picker Square. To get to it, there's some kind of portal you need to jump through while carrying some junk in your hand. Where is Reg Picker Square? A few blocks from here, straight west from the mortuary gate. Keep going until you start seeing trash and rags piled up everywhere. You best to walk careful there. The collectors there don't always wait for a body to die walking before collecting on the corpse, you hear? I lost a journal of mine. Have you seen one? Do you mind if I rest here? Anya nods. That's the least I can do. I'll have my wife get some blankets out for you. Thanks. What the hell is that? Rested for 8 hours. Interesting. Oh, I just literally just. Alright. Oh, alright, quick save. That would make sense. Oh, what? Oh, 2113.
Done.
Your wife told me where it is and she had me worried about you. Tap the
Updated
contract.
my journal.
I didn't read it.
All right.
What do they have? Bronze bracelet. Copper earring. Huh.
All right.
Alright. Let's stop. Oh, it's
Done.
night. Keep saying south and north, so how do you know where south and north is?
Maybe I could gut a Dusty.
All right.
What happens if I sign the contract? Try to sign a contract. However, you notice that seems to be shifting beneath your pen. However you try, you can't seem to sign your name. What's with this contract? When you glance up to speak to Morty, you see his face has been replaced with that of a grinning skull. So the bar seems to stop. Morty. The wrath that it speaks. Remember, everything has its price. It can change for me.
What's up?
Die.
Did you see that?
Damn.
Damn it.
I'm hurt.
Talk about beating a dead horse.
Oh, feel all stiff. All right.
Yeah? Sure, why not?
We have robes and to leave whenever again. Keep our inventory? How did you keep our inventory stuff? Huh. Yeah, alright. We quit the game. Boop, 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 boop. Have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe do some GTA. I'm actually feeling some Planescape. I don't know why. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.